myself for the shoot.
Hi, Nick from the Film Force Gear Machine. Now what we got this week and we're going to talk about is actually sliders. Now before we start this whole conversation, I want to tell you guys something. I personally worked for Cinovate for 3 years, so I'm not going to go into the product testing of it because that would be biased. However, I'm going to say we do use a Cinovate slider. You can get any type of slider, I would suggest, whatever suits better to you, from Cinovate to Kessler to even the eBay specials. And what I'm going to talk about today is actually just the importance of a slider. Now you can see here I've got this one. It's the Atlas FLT, which is flight. It's 26 inches across, and the reason it's this big is that so it can go in luggage. We're lazy, we don't want to carry anything heavy. I've got a cheap eBay special tripod head on it. It actually only cost me 38 bucks because I'm a cheapskate. And you can see here a slider. I don't know if you can see that there. Can you see that there, Matt? Okay, cool. It just gives you that. Let me unlock it. Dolly movement. Dolly movement is a left. That's great. Now you can see there's different types of tracking shots that you can do with this. In and out and left to right. And this gives you the ability to follow action as it moves through a frame. And you can see that we have some of that from our past films. Handgunner 2, where you follow the blood along the ground. And the scope. There's the scope movement there where the guy has the finger. The other thing too to think about is why to do it. Why do you put dolly movements into films? I'm going to use a fancy word here called juxtaposition. So you dolly in, juxtapose, or have the complete opposite shot next of what the person is looking at. This is just a tool. All the things that we're talking about today are tools, and the tool will go, and this just helps you, as I've mentioned before, increase your production value. This slider here helps us to get dynamic shots, which increase our production value. So a dynamic shot, though, for you at home is anything that actually has movement to it instead of just being locked off on your sticks. That's a dynamic move. Because, anything that's locked off on is nice, it's good, it's safe, but then you just add dynamic range to your shots by moving it. So this week we talked about the Cinovate slider, and this one's the Atlas FLT, but remember there's other ones on the market, and we're going to show you some little dynamic shots with one and a cat.